Two things today. First thing, are you missing football? You watching or listening to this, are you missing the Premier League? I want to know. We'll get on to that at the very end of the video, but I'm here to tell you why I want to know and what I'm thinking. And the second thing is football's nearly back in Germany. The Bundesliga, they're planning to go ahead on the 9th of May. The Bundesliga is planning to come back behind closed doors. They're just waiting for it to be signed off by the government. And then just over 2 weeks' time, basically, football's going to be coming back bit by bit in Germany. So that's exciting, isn't it? We'll have something to watch. Lots of people. Bundesliga is going to have a lot of interest all of a sudden. But also what this does, it allows other leagues, including the Premier League, to watch. Not the football per se, but how they do things, if it works, if it doesn't work, what they do well, what they don't do well, and then copy it and change it up a little bit and hopefully improve it a little bit. So it's good. It's good for all around if this goes ahead, as long as it's safe, obviously. But back to point A, point one. Are you missing it? Because when it got postponed initially, I thought, oh, blimey, what am I going to do? Because my weekend, a lot of you will know this anyway, I watch, if I'm not at the football, so if I'm at home, I'll watch every live game in the Premier League. So the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I watch them all. And I will watch the half-hour highlights of the games that aren't on the telly. And then if I am at the football, I'll try and watch the live games I can, not always possible due to travelling. But I will then catch up with the half-hour highlights of all the games I'm not seeing on TV again. Now I do this for, well, A, I enjoy it. B, it's my soap opera. So some people have Coronation Street and EastEnders and stuff. I have the Premier League. That's what I enjoy. It just chills me out a little bit. But also from a betting perspective, I like to bet, as you know. And I always think if you watch loads of football, you become an expert in it. And I'm not saying you know all the players of that, but you can certainly get your own angles, and then it helps you from going on. So just watching this stuff, I might pick up one or two things that I can then use from a betting perspective the following week. It doesn't always work like that, but that's what I try and do. I enjoy it anyway. So my point was, I thought, oh, blimey, I'm going to miss this. But what's made me think this, in the last couple of weeks, I've seen people on Twitter that I follow say that either A, they're not missing it as much as they thought, or B, they're not missing it at all. But C, and this is the interesting one, because I think A and B is natural. And C, this is something I've not considered before until I saw some people's posts. Then I saw other people that I follow replying, and they started interacting and discussing it. Then I actually sort of screenshotted it and went back to it the following day to see if there's any other replies. And it was an interesting read from people that I don't know personally, I've never met them, but I've followed them long enough to sort of respect their views and know that their opinions are worthy. I know that sounds really bad, but when they put something, I give it a little bit of kudos because I thought, well, I've followed this guy for a few years. I've almost vetted his opinions over the couple of seasons, if you like. So what he said was, he understands why they're going to have to play football behind closed doors. He gets it. He doesn't need a lecture in the risks and health and stuff like that. He understands it completely. But he doesn't believe football without fans should be a thing. So in his opinion, if fans can't go, it doesn't happen. But he understands why it's going to happen. But he went on to say that this is sort of the final nail in the coffin for him. And actually, it's not West Ham that's going to stop him renewing his season ticket. It's not the owners that are going to stop him renewing his season ticket, but he seemed to make on that this behind closed doors thing is actually what could push him over the edge, because he sees it as tied into modern day football, if you like. And he just basically said, football without fans is nothing, and now we're a way to see it. That's too much for him in a way. And it was interesting because I've never considered it from that side before. And even when I do, it doesn't bother me that much because I think, I'll still renew. I'm not that anti it because I suppose I'll just take any kind of football in any form to an extent. But it did make me wonder because I'm not missing football as much as I thought I would. Like I said, when it postponed, I thought, what on earth am I going to do? I feel like I'm in post-season mode. I think even if there's like the Euro Championships or something, there's always a break, isn't there? There's a 3-4 week break between the last domestic game and then the first international game. There's a break. I feel like I'm in that, okay? So it's going to be a bit weird when the football does come back behind closed doors. It's going to be a bit strange. And it's going to feel like pre-season, probably. That's what it's going to feel like to me. But because my routine's been broken now, and I'm not missing it as much, and the routine is the important thing here, because I think a lot of people who've been going far longer than I have with season tickets don't know if they'll miss it. because they've been going for so long, it's just part of their life. It's part of normal. And normality to them is going to West Ham home games. Normality to them is renewing their season ticket every single spring. Now normality's changed and they've been taken out of the routine, their habits have been broken. Do they still have to go? And I think a lot of people, for the first time in their lives, have now got not an excuse to not renew. They've almost been showing a way of life without football, if that makes any sense at all. It's almost like you can not go to the football, you can do this instead. And some of them will be enjoying it. Some of them won't be missing going to the London Stadium for whatever reason, or other football teams. It's not just West Ham, this is other teams. People's routines are being broken. Of course, financial circumstances are going to come into play. People are going to be maybe not be able to afford to renew or whatever. But I'm speaking if, let's just say you still had your job, you still had full pay, what you had this time last year, would you still renew? And his wording was basically, nah, this is it. The final nail in the coffin for me is football behind closed doors. And then you have to consider that we're going to watch this. We're all going to witness football behind closed doors, and it's going to be very strange. We've all done it before in pre-season or whatever. I know there's fans there, but it's not noisy, is it? I watched Australian football, I watched Italian football over the last couple of months with no fans in the ground whatsoever, and I didn't not like it at all. I hated it. And I'm hoping that this behind closed doors things almost brings back the importance of the match-going football fan. And I don't mean the tourist ones, okay? I don't like to throw shade on the touristy people, and a lot of people say, well, what is a tourist and stuff? Because I suppose I could argue that I'm part of that, really. I wasn't even born in England, never mind being born in the East End of London. So that, to me, I could put myself in the whole tourist thing, but I take it as someone that turns up as a neutral, goes to the game with no allegiance to either side whatsoever, sits there neutral, goals go in, they'll clap for whatever team, they'll go away unaffected by all, emotionless perhaps. Now we've all been there, we all go abroad and go to games that are neutral. That's fine, but you're not part of the product. Tourists are not part of what gets sold to broadcasters. The home fans are and the away fans are. They are part of the package and part of what the Premier League's all about. Are we noisy? Do we create loads of atmosphere? Not anymore. In general, you look at European games and they're by far better atmosphere at those ones, but we're now a way to witness it with a large part of the product removed from the Premier League, and I don't think I'm going to enjoy it that much, and I think maybe that's why I'm not looking forward to it. Am I looking forward to watching the Bundesliga? A little bit, not as much as I thought I would, and that's a worry for me because I've always assumed when football comes back I'll get really excited, and I'm sure when West Ham comes back I'll get really excited again. But even with the German football coming back, I don't have that buzz as I thought I had. And it's a bit worrying for me, actually, because when people sort of criticise modern football, they don't like this, they don't like that. I understand their reasoning and I listen to them and I respect it, but I don't follow that suit. I don't think, oh yeah, me too, because it's never applied to me. I've always been quite content with it. I understand what people say, that the atmosphere is not great. It's for me, I think, well, I agree with that, but it still doesn't disrupt me enough to turn away from football at all. But anyway, my perspective of football has changed a little bit. Like I said, I'm just a little bit not worried. Don't know what the word is. Surprised, I guess. Now it's interesting to see how I'm going to feel when West Ham comes back. Maybe when German football gets confirmed, if it's coming back. 9th of May is the date they're trying to get back. Maybe when I go to sit down, I'll enjoy it. But I used to watch German football quite a bit. 2 or 3 years ago, I used to watch quite a lot of it. And I've turned off now due to time, and I've watched more Premier League instead. But I don't know. But this is what I want to know from you guys, our subscribers, our viewers. Are you missing football? It's a simple question. Not the day, okay? Because I do miss that. I do miss going and seeing Bez, Gonzo, Tom, Charlie. I miss going and seeing all the boys, having a drink, having a laugh, meeting up at 8 o'clock in the morning, having a breakfast, a catch up and a few drinks and stuff, and watching Tom twerk upside down, having a giggle with Bez and whatever, getting my little ACCA on for the day. I miss that stuff. And I miss going to the football, but I miss watching football. What do you think? Are you missing the Premier League? Are you missing watching football? Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to do my best to keep interacting. I've been a bit more interactive recently in the comments before because there's reasons I never used to, which I'll go into. Me and Gonzo will do a podcast. We've got our 1000th video on this channel coming up. We were going to do a Q&A, but we might do like a cup of tea with you and Gonzo. It'll be about Hammers Chat and it'll be about each other. That sounds a bit weird, but do you know what I mean? It'll be about not getting to know us, but we've always been quite private to an extent on here. We've always kept things at arm's length for certain reasons, and well, we might break down the barriers for a one-off episode or something, so I'll go into it then. But I've been getting more interactive, so get your comments below. Let me know what you think about missing football. Are you missing the Premier League? Are you missing West Ham? It could be 2 different answers. But if you've enjoyed this video, drop a like on it. We've got another video coming out tomorrow night, Wednesday night. It's the 2nd episode of your unpopular West Ham opinions. It takes a little while to edit, so if you do pop back and watch it and you enjoy it, please do drop a like on that video. I'd prefer you save your likes for that video. That's more important. Subscribe if you're around here, and I'll see you in a bit. Thank you for watching.